Let not ambition mock their useful toil, their homely joys and destiny obscure, nor grandeur hear with a disdainful smile the short but simple annals of the poor. Gray. My loved, my honoured, much respected friend, no mercenary bard his homage pays. With honest pride I scorn each selfish end. My dearest meed, a friend's esteem and praise. To you I sing in simple Scottish lays, the lowly train in life's sequestered scene, the native feelings strong, the guileless ways, what Aitken in a cottage would have been. And though his worth unknown, far happier there, I ween. November chill blaws loud wi' angry sough, the shortening winter day is near a close, the miry beasts retreating frae the pleugh, the blackening trains o' craws to their repose. The toil-worn Cotter frae his labour goes. This night his weekly moil is at an end, collects his spades, his mattocks, and his hoes, hoping the morn in ease and rest to spend, and weary o'er the moor his course does hameward bend. At length his lonely cot appears in view, beneath the shelter of an aged tree. The expectant wee things toddling stacher through to meet their dad wi' flichtering noise and glee. His wee bit ingle blinking bonnily, his clean hearth stane, his thrifty wifie's smile. The lisping infant, prattling on his knee, does a' his weary carking cares beguile, and makes him quite forget his labour and his toil. Belive the elder bairns come drapping in, at service out amang the farmer's roun. Some caw the pleugh, some herd, some tentie in, a canny errand to a neighbour toun. Their eldest hope, their Jenny, woman grown, in youthful bloom, love sparkling in her ee, comes hame, perhaps to show a braw new goon, or deposit her sair-worn penny fee, to help her parents dear, if they in hardship be. With joy unfeigned brothers and sisters meet, and each for others' weelfare kindly speers. The social hours swift-winged unnoticed fleet, each tells the uncos that he sees or hears. The parents, partial, eye their hopeful years. Anticipation forward points the view. The mother wi' her needle and her shears, gars old clays, look amaist as wheels the new. The father mixes a' wi' admonition due. Their masters and their mistresses command, the younkers are all warned to obey, and mind their labours wi' an ident hand, and ne'er throw out o' sight to jolk or play. And oh, be sure to fear the Lord alway, and mind your duty duly morn and night, lest in temptation's path ye gang astray. Implore his counsel and assisting might. They never sought in vain that sought the Lord aright. But hark! A rap comes gently to the door. Jenny, wha kens the meaning o' the same, tells how a neighbour lad come o'er the moor to do some errands and convoy her hame. The wily mother sees the conscious flame sparkle in Jenny's ee and flush her cheek. With heart-struck, anxious care, inquires his name, while Jenny, halfwins, is afraid to speak. Weel pleased the mother hears, it's nae wild worthless rake. With kindly welcome Jenny brings him Ben. A strapping youth he takes the mother's eye. Blithe Jenny sees the visit no ill ta'en. The father cracks o' horses, plews and kye. The youngster's artless heart o'erflows with joy, but blate and laithfu' scarce can weel behave. The mother wi' a woman's wiles can spy what makes the youth sae bashfu' and sae grave. Weel pleased to think her bairn's respected like the lave. O happy love, where love like this is found! O heartfelt raptures, bliss beyond compare! I've paced much this weary mortal round, and sage experience bids me this declare: if heaven a draught of heavenly pleasure spare, one cordial in this melancholy vale, 'tis when a youthful, loving, modest pair in others' arms breathe out the tender tale, beneath the milk-white thorn that scents the evening gale. Is there in human form that bears a heart, a wretch, a villain, lost to love and truth, that can with studied, sly, ensnaring art betray sweet Jenny's unsuspecting youth? Curse on his perjured darts, dissembling smooth! Are honour, virtue, conscience all exiled? Is there no pity, no relenting ruth? Points to the parents fondling o'er their child, then paints the ruined maid and their distraction wild. But now the supper crowns their simple board, the heelsome parritch, chiefly Scotia's food, the soup their only hawkie does afford, that yont the Hallan snugly chows her cood. The dame brings forth in complimental mood, to grace the lad, her weel-hained kebbuck fell, and aft he's pressed and aft he ca's it good, the frugal wifey garrulous will tell how 'twas a 2 month old sin' lint was i' the bell. The cheerfu' supper done, with serious face, they round the ingle form a circle wide. The sire turns o'er wi' patriarchal grace the big haw Bible, once his father's pride. His bonnet reverently is laid aside, his lyart haffets wearing thin and bare, those strains that once did sweet in Zion glide. He wails a portion with judicious care, and let us worship God, he says, with solemn air. They chant their artless notes in simple guise, they tune their hearts, by far the noblest aim. Perhaps Dundee's wild warbling measures rise, or plaintive martyrs worthy of the same. Or noble Elgin beats the heavenward flame. The sweetest far of Scotia's holy lays, compared with these, Italian trills are tame. The tickled ears no heartfelt raptures raise, nae unison hae they wi' our Creator's praise. The priest-like father reads the sacred page, how Abram was the friend of God on high, or Moses bade eternal warfare wage with Amalek's ungracious progeny, or how the royal bard did groaning lie beneath the stroke of heaven's avenging ire, or Job's pathetic plaint and wailing cry, or rapt Isaiah's wild seraphic fire, or other holy seers that tune the sacred lyre. Perhaps the Christian volume is the theme, how guiltless blood for guilty man was shed, how he who bore in heaven the second name had not on earth whereon to lay his head, how his first followers and servants sped, the precepts sage they wrote to many a land, how he who lone in Patmos banished saw in the sun a mighty angel stand, and heard great Babylon's doom pronounced by heaven's command. Then kneeling down to heaven's eternal King, the saint, the father, and the husband praise. Hope springs exalting on triumphant wing, that thus they all shall meet in future days, there ever bask in uncreated rays, no more to sigh or shed the bitter tear, together hymning their Creator's praise. In such society, yet still more dear, while circling time moves round in an eternal sphere. Compared with this, how poor religion's pride in all the pomp of method and of art, when men display to congregations wide devotion's every grace except the heart. The power incensed, the pageant will desert, the pompous strain, the sacerdotal stole, but haply in some cottage far apart may hear well pleased the language of the soul, and in his book of life the inmates poor enroll. Then homeward all take off their several way, the youngling cottagers retire to rest, the parent pair their secret homage pay, and proffer up to heaven the warm request, that he who stills the raven's clamorous nest, and decks the lily fair in flowery pride, would, in the way his wisdom sees the best, for them and for their little ones provide, but chiefly in their hearts with grace divine preside. From scenes like these old Scotia's grandeur springs, that makes her loved at home, revered abroad. Princes and lords are but the breath of kings, an honest man's the noblest work of God. And certes, in fair virtue's heavenly road, the cottage leaves the palace far behind. What is a lordling's pomp, a cumbrous load, disguising off the wretch of humankind, studies in arts of hell, in wickedness refined. O Scotia, my dear, my native soil, for whom my warmest wish to heaven is sent, long may thy hardy sons of rustic toil be blessed with health and peace and sweet content. And oh, may heaven their simple lives prevent from luxury's contagion, weak and vile. Then, howe'er crowns and coronets be rent, a virtuous populace may rise the while, and stand a wall of fire around their much-loved isle. O thou, who poured the patriotic tide that streamed through Wallace's undaunted heart, who dared to nobly stem tyrannic pride, or nobly die the second glorious part. The patriot's God peculiarly thou art, his friend, inspirer, guardian, and reward. O never, never Scotia's realm desert, but still the patriot and the patriot bard in bright succession raise her ornament and guard.